I'm going to preface this video by saying you're going to be hearing dogs screaming and kids barking. You're going to be hearing kids screaming and dogs barking and even adults barking and screaming. But what are you gonna do? I got a big family. Hashtag work from home life. Hashtag every Zoom meeting call ever. So now that that's out of the way, let's get started. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Katrina here. Welcome back to the channel. So I've been working from home for a long time now, pretty much ever since the quarantine started in the Bay Area, which is about 2 months. Has it been 2 months? And I can honestly say that I have my productivity system down. However, it wasn't always like this. This system that I've created was a work in progress. It still is a work in progress. It's not perfect. No one's perfect. Give or take, I usually start work at 10, but before I used to literally roll out of bed at 9:59 and just go straight to work. I'd spend more time snacking than I did working, and even though my job's in social media, I would spend over an hour just scrolling Instagram and liking stuff and calling it work. And then 3 weeks later, I realized I felt a lot more potato-y than usual and wasn't really feeling all that great. So I decided to get my shit together, pick myself back up, and try to work through this and work. So if you're like me and are working from home but don't feel the most productive when working at home, here are 5 tips that helped me and I hope it helps you. So number 1, I stopped playing music while working. I used to think that I could only work with background music. However, I noticed that music elicits a lot of emotions and brings up memories and daydreaming thoughts in my head while I'm working. So I actually cut out music altogether and just work in complete silence. And let me tell you, I am the most focused I've ever been. Realistically, I don't do this all the time. If I must have music in the background, I'll use music that don't have any lyrics and have like a calming, very neutral beat. And I found that either option just keeps my head on straight, keeps my thoughts in check, and my mind just wanders a lot less when there's no lyrics in music. So for my second tip, 100% of the YouTubers that made a video on how to be more productive while working from home all agree that in order to be more productive when working from home, you have to get dressed for work. For the first 3 weeks of quarantine, I was literally just in my PJs all day and I felt so icky. I started dressing up a bit more and started wearing jeans and a t-shirt, maybe a sweater. But now that I've got the system down, I've kind of relaxed a little bit on my attire. And ever since I started incorporating working out after work, I've just been wearing workout clothes. I will argue that workout clothes does not equal pajamas or sleepwear. When I'm wearing my workout clothes, I don't have to worry about dressing up for working out or anything. My sports bra makes my boobs feel in check. My leggings make me feel like I have legs. Even though workout clothes are a lot more casual, they still give me that feeling that I am out here to work and get shit done, and then I actually go work out. Tip number 3, work in sprints. In the beginning, I used to think that work was just a really long marathon of just constantly working. I didn't believe in breaks. I believed in one lunch period for like 30 minutes to an hour, and then that's it, you go home. Ever since working from home, it's been so hard for me to keep that focus. Like, I'll start working, and if I work for too long, then I'll forget like what's next or something. I just noticed my productivity is a lot more relaxed and slower paced because I have all this time in the day to do what I have to do. However, when I started flipping the script and started thinking about working in sprints, that's where everything changed. So there is a technical term for this. It's called the Pomodoro technique, where you work for a certain amount of time and then take a break, and then you work again, take a break, and all that stuff. I don't really know all the technical info about it, but I'll leave it linked down below. But for me personally, how I like to work is I'll work for 20 to 30 minutes straight, just laser focus on the tasks I need to do. And then once the 20 and 30 minutes are done, then I will take like a 10 to 15 minute snack break, walk around, get some water, and then just like relax my mind for a bit. Then once those 10 minutes are up, then I'll do another sprint, 20 to 30 minutes, get the tasks done before like the timer runs out. And I don't personally have an actual timer, but there are some people that have physical timers that will like time themselves and go off when the 30 minutes are over. But I noticed that when I started doing these little sprints, I was more in a rush and felt more of an urgency to get these tasks done within a certain amount of time, so that by the end of the day I'll have like these little mini sprints that I did and got all these tasks done, and by the end of the day you got a lot of tasks done. And the best part about this is that even though I'm working still for 8 hours a day, with these sprints, I get a lot of like mental breaks in between versus if I just work the entire day without a break. And it's great because I feel less drained and less tired throughout the day, that when I'm done with work, I still have the energy to do more important things in life, like play Animal Crossing. So tip number 4, 2 words: dual monitor. If you are not using a dual monitor, what are you doing? Having dual monitors has changed my life. I don't think I can ever go back ever again. This, not really a monitor, this is a TV actually, and I HDMI cabled it to my laptop. HDMI cabled it. I literally turned a noun into a verb right now. What is English? I connected this monitor to this laptop using an HDMI cable, and now I just have a super extra long screen, and I can have so many windows open. Okay, not so many, but I can have 2 windows open instead of 2 tabs. Gone are the days where I have to flip through so many tabs to input information on like a spreadsheet or something. Like, I'm just, ugh. But in all seriousness, I think everyone should get dual monitors because you just have a lot more space on your desktop to work with. You can look at multiple things at once. You don't have to waste time flipping through tabs, flipping through windows. You can look at one monitor and reference the other. It's amazing. But more importantly, you can do work on one and Animal Crossing on the other. It's great. And now looking back to the beginning of me recording this video, this should have been the last tip. However, I got one more tip for y'all, and that is to list 3 to 5 major tasks that you want to complete each day. So there are so many things that all of us want to accomplish every day. Some people's to-do lists are like 20 bullets long, and if you're not writing a to-do list, you're already doing it wrong. So even though it seems like keeping your to-do list to like 3 to 5 tasks seems really short and like a bit too easy, trust me, like, this is the key. These 3 to 5 tasks that you list are things that you must get done before the day ends, before anything else. Even though you probably have 20 million things to do that day, you really want to prioritize the top 3 to 5 tasks that you must get done for that day. This is not about how busy you are. This is about how you prioritize the things on your task list. For me, I felt like keeping my to-do list from 3 to 5 items really took the edge off of having 20 million things to do. Just making it a goal to accomplish those 3 to 5 things in that day, I feel it really keeps you laser focused on the things that you need to accomplish for that day. It's also a lot less intimidating to look at, but once you accomplish those 3 to 5 things, you feel like you got shit done, but also you can assess whether you have more time or not to add more to that to-do list. So those were all of my work from home tips. I'm curious to know what are some of your tips that you've been using to work from home if you work from home. But if you don't work from home, I'm still curious, what are your top productivity tips when you are at work? Just leave them in the comments below. I'd love to read them. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to learn how to be more productive, but I would like to remind you that your productivity is not tied to your worth. So if you feel like being a potato, that's totally fine. Be a potato. If you want to be productive, then be productive. Whatever. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe for more content just like this. And nope, that's pretty much it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!